Hello, everybody. I'm Catherine Dahl, and I'm the Browns beat writer. I'm here to just kind of catch you up and talk about some of the latest news that has been going on with the Browns. As of today, which is Thursday, February 15th, we've had a couple things that came up this morning and this afternoon. One of which was it was announced today that Canton and Cleveland are in the top 5 for the possibility of the 2019-2020 NFL draft. That is a great thing. We were looked over last time for Dallas, and since they started moving the draft around, it has brought a lot of revenue into the different cities, and it has brought a lot of fans from all over the country. So for us, our hard-suffering Browns fans, this is something great to look forward to, and hopefully our draft this year will undoubtedly be a good one, and we will possibly have a quarterback to be talking about. When talking about the quarterback situation, a lot of names were thrown around right after the season ended, one of which was Alex Smith. And as we know, Alex Smith did not choose to come to the Browns, even though the Browns did make an effort to get him. So we're kind of looking still at Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins is obviously going to get a lot of money in his new contract. So are we willing to pay that money? Do we think Kirk is that big of an asset, or should we get a lesser known veteran quarterback and put kind of more of our eggs in the long-term basket for the future with our drafting? So we kind of have to look at both those scenarios, and it's really going to dictate who we get in the draft by who we get in free agency as a veteran quarterback. To me, all signs are pointing to A.J. McCarron from the Cincinnati Bengals. McCarron won the arbitration today, and he is an unrestricted free agent, which gives him more power to choose where he wants to go. If he chooses to stay with the Bengals, which I don't believe he will, because he wants to play, and Andy Dalton does not look like he's ready to stop anytime soon. So possibility of A.J. McCarron. There's a lot of other possibilities. Rumblings of Nick Foles, the Eagles possibly wanting one of our picks and some of our linebackers for Nick Foles. Would he be worth it? He did a wonderful job in the playoff games for Carson Wentz and in the Super Bowl, obviously, winning them their first NFL championship. But long term, is he somebody, or is this just like a one and done? Do we want to give up draft picks or players for Nick Foles? So that's something to consider. There's obviously our beloved Josh McCown, who's still around. You have Sam Bradford. You have quite a few other quarterbacks that you could be looking to possibly get. Kirk Cousins today was addressed by Joe Thomas, and he was kind of in essence trying to recruit Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins had tweeted that him and his son were watching a show, and it said, "Where will Kirk Cousins end up?" And Kirk Cousins had said, "Not sure where we're going to go, waiting." And Joe Thomas said, "How about Cleveland? I hear it's beautiful this time of year." He continued to also tell him that to come to our team, he would make history if he turned this around. And if you want a statue made in your honor, come to Cleveland. You would not only get the money, but you would get the infamy of turning around such a long suffering franchise. So whether that appealed to Kirk or not remains to be seen. So we're kind of waiting on that. Free agency will begin in March, and I believe it's March 12th. and we will kind of see how this plays out. We're also in need of, obviously, after watching Corey Coleman not catch that ball that was right to him, another receiver. We really can use the cornerback positions very weak. We're in need of that desperately. We have quite a few things that we need to look for. Safety, we need to figure out if the safety position, what we're going to do, if they're going to move Jabril Peppers around or what have you. So we're definitely going to be watching very closely the draft, and then we'll be watching the free agency, I'm sorry. And then we'll be watching the draft, which is April 26th. And see kind of Saquon Barkley has really moved up on a lot of people's boards. We have the NFL Combine coming up here at the end of February. So we're going to see whose stock rises, whose stock falls. Will we go quarterback number one? Will we maybe address the running back position at number one and pick a quarterback at number 4? Maybe a Baker Mayfield, who's been closely tied with John Dorsey, our new general manager. So there's lots and lots of things coming up here for the Cleveland Browns. Obviously, lots to look forward to because what can I say? It can't get much worse. I mean, after going 0-16, we really can only go up, right? Can't go negative. So just kind of touching base, and those are the top happenings in Cleveland right now with the Cleveland Browns. If you'd like to follow me, you could follow this channel. I am a teacher and the Browns beat writer, and obviously I have a dog that won't be quiet. And as you can see behind me, is my Browns classroom. So I have an entire classroom that is painted in the Browns colors, and absolutely love that. So hopefully you enjoyed just my little, quick take on what's going on with the Cleveland Browns, and I will be back next week to fill you in. Thanks. Have a good night.